A woman boarded a plane without fastening her seatbelt, a decision that would ironically save her life. Shortly after takeoff, she was jolted awake by sudden turbulence. A fighter jet roared past their aircraft. The flight attendant immediately tried to calm everyone down. Without warning, the plane shook violently and the fuselage cracked open. She watched in horror as her husband vanished before her eyes. But there was no time to grieve, the aircraft was plummeting fast. She grabbed onto anything within reach. After a desperate struggle against the forces trying to tear her from the plane, she miraculously managed to crawl back to her seat and buckle herself in just as the aircraft crashed into the jungle below. When she came to, she found herself surrounded by wreckage. She couldn't believe she'd survived. Everything felt surreal, except for the steel rod piercing her leg. Fighting through excruciating pain, she pulled it out. She struggled to her feet and called out for help, but her weakened body gave out. She collapsed back into her seat and passed out. She had no idea how long she was unconscious before a mosquito bite woke her. That's when she heard it, a helicopter overhead. She quickly grabbed her scarf and stumbled out of the wreckage, following the sound to a clearing. She screamed for help, but the pilot didn't spot her. As the helicopter disappeared into the distance, she refused to give up. If helicopters were searching from above, ground rescue teams must be nearby too. She decided to return to the wreckage and wait. Making her way back through the trees, she froze. A tiger was inside the fuselage feeding on the bodies. She slowly backed away but stepped on a branch. The crack instantly caught the tiger's attention. As the big cat approached, she knew she couldn't outrun it. Just then another helicopter passed overhead. The roar of its engines scared the tiger off. She dodged death again, but the tiger could return at any moment. Spotting a label with a pin on a nearby teddy bear, she remembered the survival skills her husband had taught her. She removed them and fashioned a makeshift compass. After getting her bearings, she found a stream and collected fresh water. Then she broke the heels off her shoes. She'd need to hike through the jungle on foot. She moved as quietly as possible, terrified of attracting predators. After what felt like endless hours of trekking, she finally reached a mountaintop, only to freeze in terror. The tiger was there right in front of her. The moment it saw her, it charged. Suddenly she fell into a deep pit. The tiger, seeing this, turned and left. After a night's rest, her strength somewhat restored, she climbed out and reached the summit, where she discovered more wreckage. She hurried down the mountain and crossed a river. Though she couldn't find any trace of her husband, she did find a flare gun. She headed back up the mountain. Passing through a ravine, she finally found him. She threw herself into his arms, overwhelmed with emotion, but he was already gone. Just then she heard another helicopter. She fired her last flare. The rescue team finally found her.